It was a bright afternoon on Mossy Bottom Farm, and the sheep were grazing lazily in the meadow. Shaun, however, had other ideas. He spotted an old football hidden behind the barn, covered in dust but still good enough for a game. With a cheeky grin, Shaun kicked it into the air, and it landed right in the middle of the flock. The other sheep immediately gathered around, their eyes sparkling with excitement. Shaun whistled loudly, calling his friends together. "Let's play football," his eyes seemed to say. The flock cheered in their sheepish way, jumping and baying happily. Even Shirley, the enormous sheep, waddled forward, ready to join. In no time, Shaun drew lines in the dirt to mark a pitch. Two sticks on each side became goalposts. The sheep had formed their own football field. At first, the game was simple and fun. Shaun dribbled the ball with surprising skill, flicking it over the smaller sheep and dodging their clumsy tackles. Bitzer, the sheepdog, came over to check on them. He saw the game and decided to join as referee, blowing his whistle proudly. He even wore a tiny referee's cap, trying to keep things fair. The match grew more competitive. Timmy, the little lamb, somehow managed to steal the ball from Shaun and ran with it, his tiny legs wobbling. Everyone laughed, and Shaun gently tackled him, letting him feel like a star. Shirley, however, became the unexpected goalkeeper because no one could get the ball past her massive belly. Every time the ball hit her, it just bounced back like rubber, but the fun didn't last long unnoticed. The farmer, hearing strange noises from the field, peeked out of his house. He saw the sheep running, kicking, and jumping like professional football players. Rubbing his eyes, he thought he was imagining things. When he looked again, the sheep quickly froze, pretending to graze innocently. The farmer scratched his head and went back inside. As soon as the door closed, the game resumed with even more energy. Soon, the flock split into two official teams, Shaun leading one side and Shirley leading the other. Bitzer marked the kickoff, and the serious match began. Shaun's team was fast and clever, making quick passes and tricks. Shirley's team relied on pure strength, with Shirley blocking nearly everything. The ball flew back and forth across the meadow, sheep tumbling over each other in the most hilarious ways. At one point, the ball went flying to high and landed in the farmer's garden, right in the middle of his freshly planted cabbages. Shaun tiptoed carefully to retrieve it, but the farmer was right there watering his plants. Thinking quickly, Shaun disguised the ball with leaves, pretending it was a giant cabbage, and rolled it back to the field without being caught. The flock erupted in laughter when he returned. The match reached its climax when Shaun performed an incredible trick. He balanced the ball on his head, bounced it off a haystack, spun around, and kicked it straight toward the goal. Shirley dived to block it, but the ball zipped through a gap and landed in the goalpost. The crowd of sheep went wild, cheering and bouncing in joy. Shaun raised his hooves in victory, celebrating his spectacular goal, but Shirley's team wasn't done yet. With one last effort, they pushed forward, passing the ball between them like a real professional squad. Timmy, carrying determination in his little eyes, ran toward Shaun's goal. He kicked the ball with all his tiny strength. Everyone gasped. The ball soared through the air, bounced off Shirley's back, and landed right in the net. It was a tie. The final whistle blew. Both teams collapsed onto the grass, laughing and exhausted. Bitzer proudly raised his whistle, declaring the match a draw. Shaun shook hooves with Shirley, showing great sportsmanship. The sheep celebrated together, rolling in the grass and munching on hay as if it were their victory feast. Meanwhile, the farmer looked outside once more. All he saw were his sheep lying down quietly, chewing grass like nothing had happened. He chuckled to himself, muttering, "Strangest sheep I've ever seen." Then he went back inside, still clueless about the wild football match that had just taken place. As the sun set, Shaun looked at the football one last time and smiled. Today had been one of the greatest games ever played at Mossy Bottom Farm. The flock had shared laughter, teamwork, and fun. And Shaun knew one thing for sure tomorrow: they would definitely play again.